Okay, so today we've got three products to kind of go through. They're all wearable fitness products. The first one that I want to talk about is this one. This is the Nike FuelBand. Essentially what the Nike FuelBand has, some of its main features, it's USB, it's wearable. You can see that you can wear it around your wrist here. It tracks everyday activity and turns it into fuel, what Nike call fuel. It's also a neat watch, and some of the other cool kind of features and stuff like that is it's also Bluetooth, so it syncs wirelessly to your phone. So Nike are a great brand. You know, they have fantastic customer support from my experience, and the design that you would expect from Nike is there as well. It looks really great. It's a really neat design. So a few things around how it works then. Well, let's have a little look inside the box. Inside the box itself, you'll have, this is the section where your Nike FuelBand would be. I have mine on the desk, I'll show you that in a second. Inside our kind of little setup pouch, we've got the opportunity, this is like a little link, where you can actually add links to it. So if you have got a bigger wrist, then it should feel comfortable for you. I've got the medium to large one, and I have the link taken out, which you can see here. So I have it as medium, so it fits on my wrist nice and neat. So let's have a little look at it. This is what it looks like. So as you can see, it has its little USB chip on the bottom here, and that just simply connects in like that, and it has a little press here to undo. So this fits nice and neat around the wrist. Put it on here, clip it in, sorted. So I have a little button on the top. If I press that, it will tell me how much fuel that I've earned today, and a little light system on the top to see if I've hit my goal. As I tap, it will roll through the different menus. So I've got calories burned, I've got steps taken, 6,664, and also the time as well. So it's a neat little watch, which is it's not really restrictive on your arm. It's really nice, and as I said before, the Nike actual design have done a really good job on this. It feels really nice. So yeah. So with my kind of experience, I've got kind of pluses and negatives on this. So the product is essentially a motivator. It's very, very easy to set up. It comes in different sizes. You have this really neat stand for the desk as well. Looks like this, and it'll connect in. It's a nice little stand for your desk. A couple of other things. It's got Nike Fuel kind of ecosystem. So if you use the Nike running app, you know, the fuel builds in with the Nike running app, and you've just got this whole kind of account system online where it tracks your fuel and you see where it's at. It's very social. You can tweet and Facebook, share all of this with your friends and family. And like I've said before, it's also a neat watch, so you can tell the time very, very quickly just with the press of a button. Couple of things that's a little odd. So like I mentioned, it's a motivator, but it doesn't accurately help fitness. So Nike Fuel's a hard one to work out. It's essentially like if you wore it for a day and you were trying to figure out, okay, cool, well, what's my active day look like, or my non-active day, I should say. Wear it for a day, don't do any activity, see what your fuel is that you burn, and then set yourself a goal that's higher than that for the next day. So it means that you push yourself to actually do some activities. Some of the other things that's a little odd, I mentioned it wasn't accurate in terms of a couple of things. It's meant to have a 3D sensor in it, so if you move your arm like this, it tracks it. But essentially, if you just wear it for everyday activity, it tends to give me a similar result. There's no heart rate monitor, which means if you do go running with it, again, am I actually losing weight, or is this something that's just going to help my endurance? I don't know with this, and I think the actual fuel aspect of it could be quite confusing to people to actually figure out what fuel should I be burning. But as I say, it has a little calorie tracker in there as well. For me, they're a great brand, awesome support. It works seamlessly. It has amazing battery life. This lasts, you know, way over a week, which is incredible. Wear it every day. It's a great watch. It's small enough to wear. It's not uncomfy. The price is £130. It's again obviously a decent price, but again you pay that for a decent brand. For it to not actually track kind of dedicated fitness results, it's a great motivator, but it is got a cost to it. Okay, so next up we have the Fitbit One. So this company come out of California. It's another bit of wearable fitness kind of tracking. This one says it tracks your everyday activity and sleep. And again, from a design point of view, this is a beautifully designed product. It's really, really nice. So much so I'm going to put the box down and actually show you it. So this is the Fitbit One. It's a cool little clip that you would clip onto your trousers, your pocket. It also describes that, again, if you're a woman, you can clip it onto your bra. And essentially, this is tracking everyday activity. It has a USB adapter. It's not built in. It has kind of a chipset on the bottom here, and you would plug that into a USB adapter, so you can charge it. Again, the battery life on this is brilliant. I'm having the same times as the Nike FuelBand. This is lasting way over a week. And this has a wireless Bluetooth chip inside it. It also has the time as well. So if I show you a little bit about how this works, again, it's got a little button on the side, so as I press it, it will roll through. So I have this little flower, which tells me how far I am through my goal, similar to the light system on Nike Fuel. As I flick through, it will give me the time. It will give me how many steps taken. I also see on this one how many floors climbed. I get to see how many miles I've walked, how many calories burned, and then back to my goal again. So similar to the Nike FuelBand in terms of what it's tracking on the actual device itself, but the screen's a bit more of a higher quality than the FuelBand, but it's just not as, I suppose, easy to kind of wear. Like this could potentially fall off, although it's a strong clip. It's not wrapped around your arm like a watch. You wouldn't wear this as a watch. Another cool thing that it says is that it tracks your sleep. So basically, if I press and hold this button in, it will go into a timer, and that's essentially me in sleep mode now. So I would leave this. It comes with a little wrist strap. I wouldn't say it's something you would wear in the day. It's meant to be worn at night, and this wrist strap is comfy. And the reason that you would put it on your wrist is because you set a time in the app that would essentially allow this to wake you up. It's got a little vibration motor in it. So, some of the positives then, it has a great display. It displays the time, stairs, it tracks, actually with the app you can track your food, water, so these are very manual inputs. You have to put this in manually, but essentially you would track how many calories you're eating, what type of food you're eating, and things like that. So it's great to understand, how you're looking after your body, how you're looking after your fitness. The wireless syncing is brilliant. I don't have to press a button to actually sync it. It just syncs wirelessly with my phone, which I absolutely love. For me, some of the negatives, it's not as easy to wear as a watch. You have to, clip this to your trousers. The pouch is simply there for it to sit in. Without it, it's simply this little chipset. Again, it's still beautifully designed. But you have your little pouch in here as well. So again, could I lose this? It's quite small, maybe, if I'm charging it. The actual buzz itself didn't wake me up. It's a good job I set my alarm. I set my alarm on purpose 10 minutes afterwards just in case it didn't wake me up, and it didn't. It's not a strong buzz in there. It's not a harsh kind of vibration motor. So for me, that bit's a little odd. Maybe you'll find that a little different if you do decide to use it. Also, needing an adapter for it to charge. It doesn't have a USB straight in there. That can be a little annoying. It's another accessory that has to be plugged into your computer in order for it to charge. But the price, $79.95. Great price for what it does, For me, it does track your everyday activity. It's a beautiful display, great design. It requires a bit of manual work in the app to track stuff every day, but you can track your weight and what you're eating, and I do think that from an all-rounder, this is going to be more accurate in terms of getting you to a goal of losing weight, because there is more there in the app that's more valuable to you. So, pretty neat design, very, very cool product, and yeah, great price. Okay, so the third product that I was really excited for is this one. This is the Scosche Rhythm pulse monitor for your iPod, iPhone or iPad. This works with pretty much all of the iOS devices, so iPod Touch 3rd and 4th generation, iPhone 4S, the iPhone 4 3GS, iPad 3rd generation, iPad 2 and iPad, and anything that's on iOS 5.1 or higher is required. So the reason I was mostly excited about this one is this is the one that accurately tracks things like your heart rate, so you can see, am I doing this for endurance, am I losing weight, what is it that I'm actually doing in my workout that's helping me accurately track my activities. So what I'd like to do is quickly show it you. So this is what it looks like. It's quite a big kind of chunky device on the top here, but let me just start off with a few points. It's Bluetooth, so similar to the other devices we've looked at. It connects wirelessly with your iPhone. It has a USB adapter that I've got connected right now that clips to the back. It's this yellow bit here, and that's to charge it up. And then there's also the free app that's available from the App Store. So what this does, you wrap it to your arm, you tighten it here. Once you hit sync, which is this middle button, it will then pair up with the app on your iPhone, and you can go and do your run, or you can go and do your cardio workout, whether that's cycling or however it kind of works. Some of the positives then, so that the heart rate tracking, great way to find out if your activities are burning fat or endurance, like I said before. You can change songs with your up and down arrows here, and you can turn the volume up and all those types of things. So you're able to change all your songs. The app itself is ridiculously accurate. It's telling you exactly what your heart rate is doing, your BPM, and consistently with your run, so you can map those out, and it's very, very detailed. So let's talk about my experience with this then. It was a little disappointing. I say a little disappointing. It was frustrating. So I went out and did a run, and as I was out, the device actually ran out of battery, even though it had been charged overnight. So I'm not sure whether this is just this device, but I did do a second workout just in case, and that one was okay. So I had a bit of an odd occurrence with the first one. When this ran out of battery, it didn't track my run. Very, very frustrating for those who do want to track it, do want to keep up to date with whatever activities it is that they're using. So really, really frustrating on that one. The other thing is, like, this is strapped to your arm. You have to have your iPhone with you in order for it to work, because it tracks via GPS. So having this strapped to your arm, if you run in kind of lightweight clothes, then you're most likely going to have your phone strapped to your arm as well. So it does look a kind of odd to have all of these devices strapped to you. The second time I used it, I thought I would do what I did with my other devices, and halfway through my activity, kind of have a bit of a break and take some photos whilst I was outside. I did that with this, and again, it stopped the activity. It didn't pause it, even though I'd pressed pause. So when I went back into the app, I had to start the activity over again. Now this time it did track it, but it's tracked now 2 activities, even though I only did 1 workout. So a little frustrating again. It's an awkward app. It doesn't seem like it's intelligently designed. It's not got a nice layout. And the actual, it's a yellow and grey bulky device. It's not necessarily the nicest looking, especially after I've just shown you the other 2. So from my experience, not good. The price of this is £99. For a heart rate monitor, awesome. It's very, it definitely tracks that in acute detail. But for me, I want a little more from my my app side of things, especially with this device. You have to have the app working so well with it. And on my experience, it failed twice. Ran out of battery the first time. That didn't log it in the app. Second time, the app crashed. It's very inconsistent with in terms of my experience, so not good. I think it just needs more attention, maybe a redesign. Hey, apps get updated, so hopefully that's something that they can do with a fix. But that was my experience with the Scosche Rhythm. The thoughts there, I think it seems like an awesome product, but on end result, experience wasn't too good. So out of all three of these devices, I would say the Nike FuelBand is the one that I would go for. I love the brand, I love the design. It works seamlessly with the app, and you just want that integration to be perfect. When you plug it in, you don't need any extra wires or anything like that. It just simply syncs. With the Fitbit One, it's a great device, really well designed. It's just not as wearable as the Nike. There's a lot of added things that you would need to do with the app. You have to add your calories that you're tracking and the water that you're drinking if you really want to get the most out of this. And then with the Rhythm, like I mentioned, I'm not having the best experience with it. It's a little bulky. It's not the nicest looking product in the world. And for me, the app just needs a whole overhaul and an update. It's just not to where I would expect a device like this to be from an app perspective.